Traveling with a birthday cake is much easier than you might expect. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to prepare and travel with a cake and add finishing touches at your destination with minimal tools and effort. Baking a cake in your own kitchen is much more convenient than anywhere else, and doing this time-consuming part in advance gets it out of the way before you travel. This is my very vanilla cake, and I'll put the recipe in the video description. After you bake your cake layers, turn them out onto a cooling rack and let them cool completely, which takes about 2 hours. If you want to, you can level the tops of your cake if they're domed or if you don't want that caramelized crust, and you can do the same for the bottoms of the cake layers too. I'm dividing each of my cake layers in half across the middle, using a serrated knife like a bread knife, and that way I'll have 4 layers instead of 2, which will give me more layers of filling as well. Assemble your cake with whatever filling you've chosen. You can use buttercream like my 4-minute buttercream or anything else that's fine at room temperature for a few hours. I wouldn't use things like cream cheese frosting or lemon curd because those need to be refrigerated. For any runny filling, like this strawberry jam, pipe a dam first, which is a ring of buttercream around the outer edge of the cake that acts as a wall or a dam to hold in your filling. And this way, after layering the cake, the weight of the upper layers isn't going to push down on that filling and cause it to ooze out from between your cake layers. After assembling your cake, wrap the whole thing in cling film or saran wrap and drop it down into one of your cake pans. It's fine if it sticks up above the top edge. Turn your other cake pan over and put it over the top of the cake. This will protect it as you travel. If you want to take anything to decorate the cake at your destination, for example a piping bag of frosting, put that on top of the cake before you lower on the top cake pan. If you have any extra space, use a kitchen towel to pad that out so that the cake doesn't move around within the cake pans. Now put this into the freezer until you travel, and it will be fine for up to 2 months, so you can do this well in advance if you like. When you're ready to travel, put the cake still within the cake pans into a cool box with an ice pack. The cool box will prevent condensation getting over anything else in your suitcase or your car, and it will allow the cake to thaw gradually, so that by the time you get to your destination, it will be ready to decorate and serve. You can take it in a car, on a boat, on a plane, on a train, however you want to travel. When you get to your destination, the cool box will have allowed your cake to thaw gradually, so that it's ready to add finishing touches and serve. At this point, you can refrigerate it overnight if you like. Then unwrap the cling film or plastic wrap and put your cake onto a plate. If you've travelled with a piping bag of frosting, which will have also frozen and then thawed by the time you get to your destination, you can add some simple piping to the top of the cake to make it look a bit more elegant. I'm using a 1A tip, which is a large round tip, to pipe these peaks on top. You could scatter some sprinkles on top, add some berries, fresh fruit, or some flowers. If you want to frost the sides of your cake, I have a tutorial on how to get smooth frosting using absolutely no tools, no cake comb, no turntable, just a ruler. And that link is up in the top of the screen and in the video description. I also have a tutorial on how to make beautiful texture in frosting using just a spoon, and that's in my tutorial on smash cakes, and the link is also at the top of the screen and in the video description. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, please click the subscribe button. I share a new cake decorating tutorial every week, and you can visit my cake school on BritishGirlBakes.com to learn hundreds more cake decorating techniques and designs. Thanks for watching!